Dave, a bevy of emotions in this one, from the three walks and then giving up the grand slam and the solo shot to a grand slam of your own. I mean, how can you even possibly manage this one?
It was, you know, had everything. I mean, it was a crazy game. You wanted to get this one over, and you know there was some great at bats, some good pitching, some bad pitching, some great defensive plays, and some big hits. So I can't say enough about that at bat that Chris Taylor put on Torres right there. But even the at bats leading up to his at bat to take walks, and I don't know how many stolen bases we had, but I think 6 or 7 stolen bases. We were all over the bases today, and to get that big hit when we did was huge. And yeah, we talked about Kenley being down, and he called down late and said his arm felt good. And so for me, I trust him, and if his arm feels good, and the last 10 days he's been used 3 times, so the usage has been down. Granted, it was 2 innings yesterday, but he still feels good, and so if there's a save opportunity, we wanted to close it out.
Do you think he would tell you legitimately that his arm doesn't feel good?
Yeah, there's times over the last year and a half that he says he doesn't feel good, but for him to reach out and say he feels good and enough to close the game, then I'm going to take him at his word.
When Aguilar doesn't step on the bag and at least get the out at first, do you feel you have to capitalize on that mistake?
Absolutely, and that's one of those things, the score of the game, and I know Counts over there is counting outs, and that's one of those things that as a young player you gotta get the out when you can. And fortunately for us, Corey ran the bases well. It ended up getting in the line of the throw and extending the inning, and when you're trying to count outs, for us to get gifted an extra out was huge.
What do you think it is about Chris that has the propensity to hit in that's such a key situation? 2 grand slams already in 2 years.
I think for Chris and players that are, quote unquote, good in the clutch, they're just not afraid to fail. And, when he's in there, when balls are close to the zone, he can still differentiate and not panic and swing out of the zone and stay in the zone. And fortunately, we're getting him in those spots, and he's coming through.
Did Kenley call down after the 7th? Or
yeah,
before? Okay.
After the 7th.
Okay. Because it seemed like you were operating, obviously, with the sending Hatch back out for a second. So
yeah. Yeah, correct. And so, yeah, correct.
Seems like 100 years ago when Rich actually started the game, but short outing for him. What did you see?
He just, again, it's one of those things where there's times where he's really good, and there's other times where he seems like he's fighting his delivery, his release point, and there were some good throws with the fastball today, and there was some throws that weren't really competitive, and with the fastball and the breaking ball. So with Rich, he's out there preparing, competing, but just hasn't hit his stride yet.
Your offense picked up Hatcher and Fields. In their defense, they've pitched well as of late. What did you see particularly with Hatcher and the base on balls today?
I think that first inning he came out, he was lights out. And, to lead that inning off and you get Sogard 0-2, you can't walk. And so the walk, then the fly ball, and then a couple of the walks. So I think that, where we're at, you got to go out there and fill the strike zone up. So he was a little too fine right there, and giving guys free passes in this hitter's ballpark, not good.
You guys have 35 wins, 16 of them have been come from behind wins. What does that say about this club?
It's something that says a lot. I think that our guys play 27 outs, and we talk about competing and, not making excuses. And, as long as there's outs to be had and to be played, we go out there and compete. So it says a lot about the character of those guys.